All right, welcome everybody to the third game of the Goffstown girls varsity soccer team. We are at Gill Stadium in Manchester, New Hampshire. We are about to start our first away game of the season, and we will be playing the newly formed Manchester Central and Manchester West combined team. So 3 games in about a week. We're hitting the field now. It is a beautiful night, about 70 degrees, not a cloud in sight. And again, we are at Gill Stadium. So the girls varsity soccer team so far in this early season lost the home opener to the BG Cardinals by a score of 2-5 and defeated the Spalding Red Raiders by a score of 12-1 on Tuesday of this week at home. So we have the action started here in Manchester Central in green, Goffstown in the away white jerseys. And you can see the outline of a softball or baseball field on this combined sports field at Gill. So ball getting batted around a little bit here, and it's going to get sent forward by Manchester. Ava D's going to bring it down. She's going to find Brooke. Brooke's going to send it wide, and we are going to try to work our way up the sideline here. So Adri dishes it off, and she's going to find a streaking Cat up on the far side here. Cat's going to try to maintain possession. It looks like it's going to get tackled just out of bounds. So Goffstown throw. So a little bit of early pressure here right in the get-go. Cat trying to direct traffic. She's going to throw it in. And I hear a whistle. I thought I heard a whistle. We're up in the booth here, so we're not on field. Don't hear everything in real time or directly. So Goffstown keeping pressure here. And it looks like there was a foul on Goffstown, so Manchester Central will get a free kick. So again, this is the first year these two high schools in Manchester have combined their team. Central finished last year 1-15, scoring 6 goals and giving up 53, and that was in D1 play. Here's a long send off the free kick. Goffstown's going to come down with it initially, and we're going to try to get it up through the middle. Ari looking for some an outlet there. Good step by Avery. And McKenna's going to send that forward. Out of bounds, so now McKenna will throw it in. And she's going to throw it down the sideline looking for Ari. Ari's going to make a break for it. Can she get there before it crosses the back line? She cannot. So that will be a goal kick. So again, Central playing in D1 last year, going 1-15. West High School played in Division 3 last year. They also finished 1-15. They scored 11 goals and conceded 120 last year for the West Blue Knights. So I'm not sure what the mascot is. I don't know if they're the Little Green or the Blue Knights, or are they the Little Knights?
The Little Blue Knight.
And the Little Blue-Green Knight.
Blue-Green Knight.
So here's some play back to the back line. We're going to swing it wide here. We're going to go from Bridget to Brooke to Avery. Looking for McKenna. McKenna gets a big touch on it, and Ari's able to poke it back to her as she completes her run. And that ball's going to go out of bounds again off of Manchester. I think I'll just say Manchester, Joe, just to keep it easy. On that note, this is Tom Lazard. I'm here with Joe McGrail and Keith Lavalier, the dream team of the 2023 season. There's a long send in by Ari. It's going to go wide of the net, out of play.
It's a great night for a game.
It is.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful weather.
Perfectly clear sky. It's probably low 70s outside and cooling off a little bit.
So in the continuing tradition of parallels here between seasons. Oh, Bridget trying to get it forward and kind of stuffed, but she got it back. Again, gets stuffed again. So Manchester kind of holding some stout lines here, trying to keep that ball from getting through too easily. Here's a great run down the sideline by Elle. She's going to put her arms up to make sure the ref knows that was not off of her, and that worked. We get the corner kick. So first set piece of the night for the Goffstown Grizzlies. I'm going to take it from the far corner. And who is taking that, Joe?
Yeah, it looks like Cat's taking that kick.
Yep, Cat took that and went inside the penalty area near the top of the 6-yard box. But it's going to get batted out of play by Goffstown. So, again, getting back to parallels, every game there's been some sort of connection. So last year, Goffstown played Central in their third game of the season as well. That game was at home in Goffstown, and the Grizzlies won by a score of 5-0. Oh, no, that ball, Ari just took that off the face area to send it back to the goalie. She seems to be walking it off, but the ref's going to trot over and make sure that she's okay. Of course, safety's always a priority in an NHIA sanctioned game. So if you remember in the last year, I think that was the only game we saw yellow cards get flashed.
That was the Memorial game, if I remember.
Was it Memorial?
Correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. It was Memorial. Here's a ball trying to get through our back line. Bridget's going to be able to get a foot on it. Big touch, try to follow that up. Ava D's going to come down with it. And McKenna's going to let that roll out. So that's a Manchester ball. I think we thought it might have been ours. There's a little bit of a collision there. Bridget's going to come over and boom that forward. McKenna with a nice touch and then a nice volley forward. That's going to go over the line. It's going to get over the top there. And the strength of this Manchester team is a couple of its central defenders. Joe, I think you'll remember them. Catherine Olson, Tori Padone, Katie Mulcahy's also on the team. They were on the old Manchester Soccer Club team back in the day.
Yes.
And I think all three are 4-year varsity starters. And they certainly have a lot of games under their belt. Very seasoned in the back line. I think the challenge for both teams last year was scoring goals, which Goffstown certainly has been looking to improve the last couple of years in terms of their chances. Nice little give and go. McKenna with a nice touch. Can she get it past the defender? She's going to be able to get it wide. She's able to cross it. Oh, good job
there
by the goalie. Good run by Ari, yes.
Yeah. Ari was there. Goalie did a great job dropping on it and smothering it, preventing anything from happening.
Yeah, I'd say that was the best chance of the game by either team so far.
So far.
Ava D's going to send it over to Autumn. Autumn's going to find Elle and her left foot. Elle gets it through. Cat's got an opportunity here, but Cat was called offsides. Again, experienced, disciplined back line for Manchester. We had, I don't know how many offsides last game. Keith, you took
12,
those stats. Yeah, I don't have the sheet in front of me, but
previous game.
I hope we don't tie or break that record anytime soon. Manchester sending it forward with a flick.
Makes it all the way back to our defense.
Yep. Brooke's going to send it up and find Mia. That was Mia?
No, that was Elle again.
That was Elle. Okay, yep. Couldn't tell if it was a number 2 or a number 9 on the back of the jersey. We've had no subs so far. The Goffstown Grizzlies are standing on their half of the field, supporting their team. I'm hearing a lot of calls of Ari's name as she had the ball there to distribute it. It's going to result in Ari getting it back with a lot of good work, but no chance developing there. Autumn does a good job to kind of try to flick that forward on the throw-in. I think we've said this in the other games, or I have. The ball seems to be bouncing a lot today, Joe.
I've been kind of noticing that too, actually, and it's been up in the air a lot more, not skirting the top of the turf.
Oh, nice settle there.
Manchester's tending to pick it up a little bit more than we are. And
yeah, nice settle there by Elle, but that ball's going to not be able to connect with Cat before rolls across the back line. So we're broadcasting from the booth today. Shout out to Joe and Keith for the mental gymnastics to figure out how to get a good camera view in these tight windows. Oh, there's a shot from afar.
A shot.
Yeah, it's going to go wide.
No right ride. Yeah, we were able to come up with something. Camera-wise, it looks fine. Logistic-wise, it's... Keith is standing on a chair right now trying to look out the top of a window.
But safety first. We're guarding him. There's a wall near him.
Inside the building and safe.
And there's a takedown. Yep, from behind. Avery was trying to come back and recover. Ends up tumbling with the Manchester player who goes down. She's going to fix her cleat before she comes back up. And now we have a free kick just on the Grizzly side of the field here, about 10 yards over midfield. And the send's going to come in. It's going to be a little bit low. Brooks going to send that right back from where it came. And actually, Ari's going to get there first. Oh, it looked like a handball there. Yep, and it was. The ref saw it as well. So almost had a counter there right away. Unlucky bounce. So here's another free kick about 10 yards closer. We're holding a pretty high line. We're standing right at the top of the penalty area.
First pressure here from Manchester.
And that ball's going to go right over the line and on one bounce right into the arms of Shannon. So first time Shannon is touching the ball today, the Goffstown keeper. She's going to punt this toward the center circle. Ari brings it down. And that ball kind of bouncing around. Good step by Bridget.
Good step by Bridget, yeah.
Yep. We're going to swing this wide. Autumn looking for the lane. Manchester got there just before the pass could connect. Bridget's going to send that right forward. It's going to bounce wide. And Elle does a good job to track that down. She had some good
Adri
space.
On a run.
Yep. Adri's going to make the run, and she's going to get tumbled down. The collision, but the ball went out, so it'll be a throw-in by Adri. She doesn't have time to think about that tumble.
No.
Oh, it is a free kick. So good call. The defender had connected with the ball. Oh, and there's a send in. Oh, just could not find Kat. Again, that defense is probably the stronger part of this Manchester combined team. So this is the second game of the season from what I can tell on the schedule for Manchester. They had one game against Londonderry, but I couldn't find any score, and NHIA didn't have it updated, at least last night when I did my notes. So not sure if indeed. Oh, there's a great throw, and Ari's going to track this down. She's going to be able to cross it. That had to have gone off the defender, no? Boy, I thought that for sure that went off the defender the way it bounced out of bounds, but no one in white is contesting the call, and they're jogging back, awaiting the goal kick. Elle's going to bring this down. She's going to cut it to the middle. Autumn's going to look for McKenna on the side to bring it wide. McKenna has a touch, but a little miscommunication there. A little elbow in the back there, Joe, so... good step by Avery to keep it forward, but right into Manchester's back line. Ari trying to come down with that. Oh, good step. Yep, good containment.
She's got Elle. Oh, can't get it over there.
Yep. Yep, we're a little predictable with our passing right now. I think the passes are the right ideas. Just a matter of shaking it. So here's Manchester with some pressure in our defensive third, and they're going to have a throw-in. So their first throw-in in their attacking zone. And looks like we're going to try to clear this out. Oh, little miscue there. We can't quite clear it through the midfield. Trying to come away with it. Oh, good little touch there, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to stay in, though.
Still able to keep
good
it.
battle. Good idea to switch. And then Autumn's going to flick that forward, and we're going to chase it down here and see what we can do. I think we almost have a steal. Oh, great effort.
See
Where
if
are
Ari
we?
can get to it. Cat's there to and now
is
she
that a
needs to
foul?
touch and shoot.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Stout defensive play there by Manchester. That was close. That was at the top of the box. Yeah, that would have been in the box, I believe, had it been a foul, but turns out to be just a good defensive play.
Even after the miscue
Oh,
on
a little
Manchester's
tangle there.
side,
Yeah,
and then the ball deflects and still goes in and towards
right.
Goffstown players.
So now Goffstown's making a few more, as soon as I say that, I was going to say making a few more passes. We lose possession, but there we go. Nice touch by Autumn. Again, just need to make some easy passes here. I think Manchester's got a good but fairly aggressive defense. We can get them to chase a little bit, overcommit. I think we'll find some more opportunities opening up. Big send forward. No one's touching it after a couple of bounces here. Manchester making the easy pass, trying to swing it wide to the center of the field.
Adri with a jump in there, and this ball does make its way out.
Yep. Adri looking
No
for
foul
a
call.
steal there. Yep. And it does result in our possession. Good throw down the side. And Manchester's content to just kick it out. So we're going to work our way down the sideline.
No, that's a Manchester ball. Got deflected off a cat. Went all
Ah,
the way out.
okay.
To swing this field. Here's the opportunity. Right
Now
back
we're going
in.
to try to go over the top again. And again, this defense is. Oh, another hit. Did that go off of Ari?
No, that went off of Manchester. Got it right in that.
Yeah.
Right in the mouth.
Seen a few ping pong balls
Yeah.
here hit players already tonight. Oh, nice pass, but again the next pass. Boy, we're just not connecting. Yeah, several times tonight we're one pass away from getting that break.
Been a lot of offense, but hardly any shots on goal.
Yeah, a few shots, but I don't think anything on goal. Oh, and there's a foul. So this is a dangerous spot. Depends where the ref's going to let them take it from. Yeah, I agree. Keith saying back at the 30, it looks like it'd be 35, even better. So again, we're going to hold our line right at the top of the penalty area. And last time the ball sailed over in one bounce, Shannon was able to collect it. So Bridget's not taking any chances, gets a head on it, and Green's coming down with it. Looks like they're going to want to try to get a shot. Avery's going to send it out wide. We're going to push up, but not be able to move the ball up as Manchester keeps possession. Bridget's going to tap that with the outside of her foot, turn up field. She's got a lot of green in front of her. Someone's coming over. Ari trying to swing it wide.
There we go.
Yep, and now
Autumn's
we've
got
got
a
some
ton
numbers.
of space.
We've got all the space in
Ton
the
of
world.
space.
She's got 15 yards in front of her. And she's going to look for Ari, who's going to find
Well
McKenna.
done.
And McKenna's going to take a wide shot from about 20, 25 yards out. So we have our first subs of the game here. It looks like Rose and Grace are
Grace.
coming in
For Autumn and Cat.
for Autumn and Cat. Yep. So Rose will take an outside attacking position. Looks like McKenna's going to switch fields with her, and Grace will take the spot in the midfield. So we are almost halfway through the first half, and Joe, what you just said is really sticking in my mind. I can't think of a quality shot on net from
No.
either team.
There's been a lot of Goffstown offensive possession here, and
Yeah.
not a lot taken into the 18.
We've been in the and there's a nice pass. So Ari's going to try to track this down. Rose, who just came in with some fresh legs, is going to keep this in bounds. She could kick it off for a corner kick, but no, she's going to find a cross. Yeah, she sends it. Oh, and Elle sees it. Elle wanted that on her left foot, and there's a nice shot.
There's a shot,
and there it
there it
is.
is.
So Grace with a shot from afar after the feed by Elle. Elle had nothing going on. Wisely distributed to Grace. Grace took a nice shot. And, we're not down on the field, but it really looks like that sun could be a factor right now, Joe. We've got to take advantage of that because we're going to be in that net next half
Yeah,
in
look at
about
how
30
long
minutes.
the shadows are.
And they're pointing right into there. All right, so just as we were talking about, I was about to say the muddled middle where the ball's been getting kicked around, we develop a nice chance and we were able to finish it. So Goffstown is up by a score of 1-0 with about 20 minutes left in the first half. And that ball's going to roll out of bounds for a Goffstown throw. Rose is going to try to take this quickly. She's going to find Ari. Ari brings it down. We're kind of compressed here along the sideline, but let's try this again. So Rose is going to send this in. The goalies are going to have to come off her line. Yeah, she had to come out beyond the 6-yard box.
Right there from Rose, that's what we've been missing for the first quarter of this game is things over there on the right side being crossed into them.
Yep. So there's a long send in that's going to Shannon's going to come out and scoop that off the turf. So I don't want to jinx the Grizzlies, but there hasn't been a lot of sustained offensive pressure. Our defense hasn't been under duress too much. A couple of set pieces which have been dangerous, but
Good
nice step.
Oh,
yes, yep. She
just
saw that.
just a small touch,
Yep.
and she would have been off to the races.
Yep. McKenna saw that all the way. So Rose able to see this and find Avery. Little.
Sneaks by Grace.
Yep. So good containment there by Rose. She's going to try to get that over the defense. She does. Ari's going to swing this wide, and you know where she's going with this. She's going to cut it in. She's going to come back, and we get a step to that ball.
Step to that,
The defense is it's not going to let you sit there and wait for it for any length of time.
It's like you said earlier, Tom. I think the defense is their strongest part of their squad here, and you can't leave them much time because they've been able to step right to it and clog those lanes.
Yeah, and from what we can tell, this is a new team, if you will, but the coach, has been interviewed and said that he's really been pleased with how well the girls have integrated already. It's boosted the numbers for both of their programs. But other teams have done it, and so they have some models to go by. And overall, I guess it's been fantastic. So with that being said, it's hard to tell how much time they've had to play together. And I suspect that this team will be different halfway through the season and toward the end of the season as they get more opportunity to play together. But, there's a takedown, but no call. Yeah, late call. Looked like a foul. I think that was the right call. Unintentional, but a foul nonetheless. So some easy, straightforward passing here by Manchester, and they get it up into our third. Bridget's going to swing that wide. Adri's going to shield, get it back to Bridget. I thought they might swing it wide again. Instead, we'll have a throw-in, get the ball up the field that way. So Manchester giving us a lot of space there. I think they're hanging
space all
back
the
a little
time.
bit. Yep. So Ari's got an option here, streaking down the sideline,
Oh,
and
and
that's
she's
a
got-
great through ball.
Yeah.
One touch here. Yep. Oh, good attempt. Good pace on the shot, but it's going to go wide right.
Good look by Ari.
Yep, great look
Able
by
to get
Ari.
there by Rose.
And you can see how that defense, they shut down a high-quality shot pretty quickly there. Elle's going to bring this down.
Getting cramped in a little bit by McKenna, but
Yep.
almost communication.
McKenna's going to send that forward. Ari's going to get a touch on it. The goalie's going to come running out for any bobble. And Ari was there, though. Kind of a short punt. Oh, it's going to go off the back of the Manchester player. You don't see that every day. Avery
Good
with
step
a
by
step.
Avery.
Yep. And that's going to go wide, but Manchester saw that. So, oh, nice through ball. Here comes Rose. Again, she's got the outside back there, but
She's
nice
able to
cross.
it.
Yes.
And
Oh!
McKenna was there and took a swing, but
Yeah.
just couldn't connect.
Tried to time it and connect with that bouncing ball, which is at an angle. If that was me, Joe, I'd still be on the turf.
Still be there.
I'd
Yep.
be calling for the
I'd
trainer.
be wondering what just happened. Where I was.
That's right. Flick forward. Is it going to be enough to keep possession?
Grace with a good battle.
Yep.
Ultimately the win.
Yeah, we're compressing ourselves a little bit, it seems, in some of these, center field back and forths.
Starting to get the goalie a little busier, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Big touch there, but still able to recover. And good look to the outside for Manchester, and they're going to try to cut it back in the middle. And they're going to be able to do that. Bridget's going to see it, get control, swing it out to
That's
Adri.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're going to keep running down the sideline here until Manchester blasts it out of bounds. Says no more of that.
That's Katie, if I remember correctly.
Yep. So we get
like
three
we got three coming
substitutes here. Looks like
Cheyenne and
Mia.
Ayla and Mia. Cheyenne, and looks like Adri and McKenna and Avery came off the field. So a little change up in the defense.
Yep. And we're at about the 13.5-minute mark left in the first half. So I don't know that Manchester's subbed at all. I can't remember.
I don't believe they have.
So Elle's going to take that shot with her left foot, and it's going to go across the box and wide right. Oh, we're getting shots. We've got a little more pressure. We've converted a chance. I'm hoping this momentum keeps building for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, things seem to be progressing. It was kind of off to a slow start in the 18, but we're getting in there more and more as time's developing.
Yep. So Ari battling here. And she's going to maintain possession, but, yeah, she's going to get spilled trying to cross that ball. And, again, defense kind of kicking it out. So their defense has been under duress a little bit. For the most part, they've been up for the challenge.
Hi, Mrs. Subbers. Rose off the field. Oh, she switched to the other side. Ayla at the striker position now. Autumn with the ball. She's going to send it off to Cheyenne.
Yep.
Cheyenne's going to be able to move it up the line.
Yep, take a touch. She does. And again, what I've seen is Manchester seems to be really kind of converging on the ball when it's in the midfield area. And they're not afraid to overload a side. So we've just got to kind of maintain awareness of that. And I think we can make some switches and open up the field very quickly. There's a through ball. It's going to go down. It's going to stay in bounds. And Ari sprinting to cause a change in possession here via throw-in by Goffstown. So, good,
What a
strong
great throw.
throw. That's going to go right into the 6-yard box, so right at the top. And it looked like Ayla was there if the goalie bobbled it. Yeah, that was a great throw-in. It's almost like a good set piece. And I think we're going to see a shot here. No, another through ball, but the goalie hadn't got back to her line, so she's able to scoop that up about 8 yards out. There's a punt. Manchester gets the first touch. I'm going to send this back. Brooks got options. Oh, and there's a takedown after the fact. They're going to say play on. Maybe they're seeing an advantage of sorts.
Cheyenne slow to get up.
Yeah, that was an awkward fall. But this might work out because here we go. Another send in the box, but nothing there. Yeah. Cheyenne was kind of taken down a little awkwardly, almost like the defender or the Manchester player fell on her leg.
Right.
She had a good initial touch from Brooke to turn upfield, and then boom, she was down. So L sizing up the field again. We're just kind of crossing this ball at will, and the defense for the most part is not letting anything develop. Good battle there. Yep, Ari. Cheyenne, good job tracking back. Again, a little push there, Joe.
Yep.
For her efforts. Again, it's been a pretty clean game, but... And that's going to get called on Ava D. I couldn't tell from here, but this is a dangerous set piece. They are 25 yards out. Well, I guess about 35. Yeah, I can do my math. Add the 18. Add the 18 to 20. But still straight on, and here it comes.
It's a great shot.
Good job by
pushing
Shannon to keep her gloves on that and knock it away. It will result in a corner, though, so good job by Manchester.
That was a great take it
was.
At the 35 yards out.
So now here's the first corner kick by Manchester. It's going to be from the bench side of the field.
Nobody seems to be heading
Not
over
sure
in
what's
that
going
direction.
on. Yeah, Manchester's subbing a couple of players here, Joe. Maybe they're subbing out the one that was supposed to take it. So
But there was
a
nobody.
player will trot over and will collect the ball to set it up for the corner kick. And it looks like this is going to be a left-footed kick. Arm is up. Ball is in. Kind of dangerous. Oh, that ball kind of bounces around, and we are trying to keep it out. Here comes another shot, and it's kind of a soft lob into Shannon's waiting arms. So,
Great job, Shannon. Keep on tracking that one.
yep. And Cheyenne trying to send that over to Ari. Going to have a nice quick throw in. I know the coach works on that quite a bit. Speed of play. Faster the better. And here's an example of that. That's going to go off.
Keeps going.
They had the defender running backwards on the throw-in and had to deflect it out of bounds. So we're in the attacking third now with a good opportunity if we can capitalize here. And that ball's going to get through. And Goffstown's going to work its way back through here. We got really almost no one in the center. And we're going to just make some easy passes here. And as soon as I say that, we get dispossessed.
Would it mixed by Brooke and Bridget?
Yeah, it looked like it took a
Took a funny
like
bounce.
a weird bounce to the away from us. But Goffstown collects it again. Nice weighted pass there. Finding the feet. And there's a takedown. I mean, that's dangerous. Intentional or not. It's a couple of times we've seen that now. So Elle's going to launch this with her left foot. It's going to find Grace, who's going to try to flick it over. And there's a little bit of a trip up there. No foul. So good pass by Ava, and she's going to try to get that ball through. But again, that 4-back line is very disciplined, and I think they're all seniors, so a lot of experience back there. Well, that ball's going to get sent back. Cheyenne's going to try to do a little give and go here. Coming up
Great
from
job.
the
There
outside
you
back
go.
position. She's going to roll that in.
A little much on it.
Yeah, just a little less weight on that ball. Good idea.
That first goal, when you just start shooting outside the 18 or at the 18, it's kind of hard to penetrate all the way in.
Yeah, we're just talking amongst ourselves here in the booth. Keith has a good point. It's proven to be a bit of a challenge to try to dribble our way into the box and through the box, certainly, to develop a good high percentage shot. So a little more shooting from afar. Brooke's going to pogo that forward as she leaps into the air. She's going to try this again to keep it in front of her. She's going to get a body, if not the ball, but no, we come away with it.
So it's either dribbling in, which would work, right?
Yeah.
The other option is to keep working the corner and get better crosses up into the top of the
Right.
6 box.
So here we go. Here's Ari
There's
trying
a
to dribble
dribble
this
in
in.
here.
Oh, and if she had gone down, she might have
And
got a
there's a
call
good
there.
cross.
Oh, there's an excellent cross. Excellent chance. Wow, good. Yeah, good opportunity. And the sun has lowered itself now so that does not seem to be a factor any longer. So whatever advantage we had by the sun being on the Manchester side of the field seems to be gone now. Ayla trying to punch that over. Cheyenne with a touch. I think she's telling Ari, go, go, go. That's going to go off of Manchester, so Ari's going to throw this in quickly. Cheyenne was right there. Could have made a run, but that ball's just going to go past the back line. And we are on the referee's watch. According to the scoreboard, it's at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, our unofficial clock's about 3.5.
That's right. So we have on the scoreboard 9 shots for the Grizzlies and 0 for Manchester so far. However, the score is not nearly as lopsided. It's a razor-thin 1-0 lead for the Grizzlies currently.
Not seeing heavy pressure and numbers down in deep is what I think we're kind of missing. We're coming in onesie twosies, I think, and we're not coming in with our 2 wings and our striker and then attacking mid right there in the back door to help close the deal. So
Yeah, we're
we
not
gotta-
overwhelming them with numbers.
no.
And
So
they're
here
good
it
and
is
quick
right
enough
here.
to neutralize most threats, evenly. It would be interesting to see us try to overwhelm them a little bit more and what would happen. Oh, and there's a tangle of bodies, and we are going to get the benefit of that call. Azari picks herself up, kind of shakes herself off. So Ari's taking a quick strike here. Manchester wasn't ready for that, and they're going to call.
They're going to call that back? Or they're going to call an offsides?
Calling offsides on that
Yeah.
one. I guess that was too quick for everyone.
So back to saying that Manchester's really burying a lot of their players in defensive mode. They're playing a lot of defense, right? They only have 1 attacker up high, and we've got 5 players back there. We've got our 4 back line and our defending mid. But we could be pushing in a little bit, putting 1 or 2 more of those players up and heavier because they only have 1 back.
Yeah, the
And I
outside
think that's
backs have been
that's
coming
where
up
we're
a
getting
bit.
overwhelmed, I think, down in that attacking zone.
Yeah. We seem to be maintaining more control, though, the last part of this game. So this is a long 5 minutes, the end of this half here.
A minute and 10 on the unofficial clock here.
She was 15 yards of trying to take
Yep. Well, Manchester player looking for options. Going to send this short on the ground.
Rose is able to get a foot on it.
Yep, and now it's a foot race, and she's got the angle. We've only got
We only got
Ayla in the middle.
There's Elle on a left shot
Oh,
off a player.
Yep, and that hurt. Yep, that hurt. The player's down. The refs letting play continue here. The player's back up, but she is not 100%. She's going to squat down and take a knee here. So when the player's hurt, we should take the camera off again. So good to see the player back up. It's a round of applause. Yep. She took one for the team. Well, we've seen Elle's left foot in action last game a couple of days ago. She scored her first, second, third, and fourth varsity goals of the season. Punch forward by Cheyenne. It's going to go out of bounds. I got to think we're going to hear the halftime whistle here any moment, Joe.
Yeah, I just saw her watch check.
Oh. Brooke absorbed the collision. All we really need to do here is just kind of bat it around or send it out. So getting long 5 minutes. There was one goal, a couple of fouls, a
Last
slight
opportunity
injury.
here.
Yeah. I would think when this ball changes possession, we'll hear the whistle. We see some options here. I was going to send that wide, but it's not going to find its target. And that is the whistle to end the first half. The Grizzlies are going to go back and congratulate Shannon and regroup. And we will see you at the start of the second half. All right, welcome back. We are about to start the second half of the game. Again, beautiful evening here in Midtown Manchester, if that's such a thing. We are on Valley Street here, and we are in that part of the city where you can look around and you can see quite a few church steeples. We've got a great view from the box up here, and looking at the scoreboard, the Grizzlies are clinging to a 1-0 lead. I say clinging only because a one-goal game is always a bit nerve-wracking. But Goffstown's done a good job of getting pressure, and it looks like we're starting pretty fast here. Elle's going to send that up to Kat. Kat's going to find Adri. Yep, taking a long run up from the outside back position. And this is,
well done.
I like what I'm seeing
yes,
here, Joe.
Well done.
Getting some numbers here. Big bounce in the box, and that's going to get sent out. So, yeah, right away we've got pressure.
Yeah, there's one of our defensive players playing up real high, just like I was talking about earlier, that need to put more numbers in.
Pinching up, and that ball's going to go past the back line. So nothing develops
right here as
from
everybody
that.
retreats, you can see we have 4 number 15. That was it,
Yep.
right? That's why we need to be pushing 1 or 2 more in.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, we're keeping a few numbers back, and Manchester hasn't shown a great propensity for getting the ball forward easily. So that combination might allow us to play up a little bit more, but it's working so far in terms of controlling the possession and controlling the chances. It's just a matter of finishing a few more here. I think the Grizzlies would like to do. McKenna trying to dribble that into the box after a feed from Ari. He's going to be able to send it in, but the goalie's going to collect it after a few bounces. No white jerseys in the area. Again, Goffstown Grizzlies in white. The combined Central West team in green. I've been calling that team just Manchester. Not sure which.
So traditionally,
Which
who has the green color?
That would be Central.
Central.
The little green of Central. is typically green. So looks like they're trying. Shannon can pick that up. That was a header from.
Oh, it
this could be
deflected
trouble.
off and
Yep.
went in central.
Yep. And we do good. Kind of gang tackle that to prevent the shot from happening. Good job from Ava to come away with that. It's going to send it forward, and it's going to come right back, though. So Manchester doing something there that they didn't really do a whole lot of in the first half, and that was kind of get it up over to the top of our box. Shannon looking at her options here. She's got Bridget short, always as an option, but she's going to send that forward, find a little gap here. Kat's going to let that roll out, and it will go out of bounds. So quick throw by Manchester. And Bridget is pointing at the goalie, Shannon, to make sure it's a goal kick.
And it is not.
The ref says, well, only where I point counts, and I'm calling that a corner kick. So again, a little bit of delay here in the corner kick. This is the second corner kick that Manchester's had. Arm is in the air. And here comes the volley. That's a dangerous ball. Oh, and it gets kicked out, and someone cleared that.
Ava's able to
I
put
think
a
it was
foot on
Ava.
it. Yeah.
Yep. And that ball's going to come right back in, and that's going to get sent out of bounds. So good bid there by Manchester. That was a dangerous play. All it takes is one bounce. One errant bounce, one lucky bounce, whatever you want to call it, and we would have a tie game here in that situation. So Ari's going to send this wide and head upfield immediately, and McKenna had a lot of space there, and she's going to send that right in the middle, and it looks like Manchester's not coming back quite as quickly, Joe. Maybe they're going to try to play a little bit higher, kind of do what we were saying could benefit Goffstown. So Bridget's going to track this down. And she's going to let that go out of bounds after a step over. Throw it quickly to Ava. Ava is probably going to send it back to her. No, she's going to poke this forward. Adri's got quite a bit of space in front of her, and she's going to take that. A little bit of a contested pass there. I think maybe some of our passes too, Joe, don't have to be as contested as they've been.
We're putting it into more congestion than it needs to be, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. With the whole point of us putting more numbers up when it's in the defensive side,
Yep.
we should be able to own it quite handedly because of the number situation.
Yep, so we're keeping this ball up. Backline did a good job of keeping it here. Oh, and there's a little Maradona. We're going to go around. Oh, and there's another kick. The defender paid the price for that one.
That might have been the same defender
Yeah.
that took the last kick.
Hell's going to send that back. Kat's going to send that across the front of the box. And Adri, staying up, is able to keep possession here for the Grizzlies. Going to send that wide, and the goalie's going to let that go out of bounds.
Since we have so much defense, when we lose when we regain a possession down there on the football 20 marker, we could swing it around the back really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Got so many players back there to then reset from the other side.
Avery trying to send that forward. Ava's going to bring this down, find L. L's going to cut to the center. And Autumn scoops up the bouncing ball. We're going to try to reset here. Again, just some passes like that, Joe. You know, kind of work the, good cross. Kat was lurking, but the goalie didn't let it get past her.
Great job all night of keeping good possession of the ball
Yep.
when she grabs it.
Yep. Oh, nice nice touch by Adri to bring that down and give the Grizzlies possession right back. So right now, Manchester's parking about 10 players behind the ball.
With so much defense, I'm going to go back to that one more time. With so much defense, we could play the BG game of go
Yeah.
back,
Yep.
do back to your defense, have them reset the
Pull
ball,
forward. Oh, there's a good push.
and then charge in.
Yep.
Go back to your defense, reset the ball, and charge in, and keep on going and going
Yeah,
and going.
and see how disciplined this Manchester
'Cause-
team is,
'Cause-
right?
Right, and that'll break up their midfield. And because they're going to have to go back and try to slow down what the defense is doing.
So this is resulting in a corner, and we're going to take this corner, and that looks like a good send. It's going to go right past the far post and out. Did it go off a defender? Will we do this again? No, it looks like it will be a goal kick.
A little confusion on the field about
Yeah.
what the result was.
Bridget trying to make the case that it should be Grizzly ball, but it will indeed be a goal kick. Send forward is going to bounce a couple of times. Oh, good step and good tackle there by Ava. We had defenders back, but that was shaping up to be a run. Here's another run. Adri keeping the angle. And Goffstown will keep possession for the moment. Bridget's not pressured. She's going to send that far forward, kind of a crossfield switch. Coulda-
Autumn was able to interrupt that and be able to steal it.
Yep. Again, a little build up from the back, I think, would be
Looking for the
very
ball back.
doable against this Manchester team. So
Got
Autumn's
Cat
going
wide
to
open.
swing that over. Yep. Pass is going to be intercepted, but we're going to get this back. Cat's going to let it go through her legs and cut to the center of the field. Good job by Elle here. So we're doing some good overlapping possession. Elle says, I've seen enough. I'm going to take a shot. And that shot is on frame, but from afar. So goalies punt, going to bounce a couple times, get past midfield. Bridget's going to bring this down. She's going to get bodied off the ball for the minute, and a good turn there. Oh, and Ava not able to clear that. I think Brooke had a good line of sight to launch that out, but for the moment, it's still inside our attacking third, or inside our defensive third. And here comes Adri again, carrying this down. Cat's going to track
gonna
this
be able to
down.
catch up to
That's a
that.
great weighted ball.
Yes.
And so here's Cat,
This
little
could be a
one-on-one.
strong
One-on-one.
cross.
Yep.
We should have 4 or 5 players in the box right now.
Yep. Defender ends up tackling it away out of bounds. So now we should be able to get numbers up. It's a throw-in. I know we do them quickly, but have a chance to set up. Defender's going to bring this down, but it's going to go right to Adri. He's going to send that forward. And, oh, this is going to roll all the way back. I thought the Manchester player was going to get that, and Adri's not able to get there before the Manchester player, who now has good tackle by Bridget. So she only had Bridget to beat. Yeah, so the ball's not settling a whole lot in the last couple of minutes for either team. I think the less settled the play, the more it favors Manchester, Joe. Brooks going to clear that. It's going to go past midfield, and Iri's going to be able to track this down, so we might have an opportunity
Ball.
here. If
Irish
Cat
try
can
to
push this
overlap.
forward,
Let her overlap. There you go.
Oh, and that's not going to be enough.
Played it.
Oh, if Ari had slowed down, she would have got that pass right back from the Manchester player. Of course, there's no way of knowing that. So she's going to find Elle quickly. And we are, and that's a good shot from afar. It's going to go over and hit the crossbar and through. So 3 points on the field goal We seem content to stay out of the box there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
We really need to be pushing in the box.
That service right in the box. We can afford to.
So good looks here. Again, Goffstown, keeping their composure and getting some passes here. But again, that ball that's getting served into the box is ahead of its time because there's no Grizzlies near it.
Here's our 1-on-4 situation again.
Yep. Good takedown. And Brooks going to go with her stretch for stretch. No.
There it is, Tom. That's
And that was a collision. It's hard to tell from here who touched the ball or who touched what, but there's a foul call, and I believe it's against Brooke. So that will be a Manchester PK if that's the case. The player is still down. So Goffstown's going to regroup here. And we're waiting for the official call, but it certainly seems like a PK, although, again, hard to tell. So certainly hope the player is okay. So the girls having an impromptu timeout here on the field. Injury pause in the game. Regrouping, seeing some pointing, some talking, getting their thoughts on the same page.
so hopefully she's okay. Looks like she's.
Yep, she's being tended to
Yeah.
by the trainer. No, I don't see a card or anything coming out, so
No.
hopefully she's able to get up and walk off. It looks like Manchester has a couple of subs ready. I'm guessing one is for that player.
This is kind of where we were talking about earlier in the breakdown. Now the player's up and walking around. Which
So
is good
she's
to
up
see.
and walking. Yep, that's great
But
to see.
This is going to have a high potential of a 1-1 game here
It is.
because of this, and it's been 90% play on one half of the field, and then something like this happens, and if you're not taking shots and getting your opportunities,
Well, it depends on how they called that. Again,
Yeah.
it's hard to see from here. At the moment, it looks like the penalty was on the Manchester player.
so that ball is going to be a Goffstown ball to all of our surprise
But to
up here.
But to your point, yeah, it's hard to tell. It
is hard
if
to
she
tell.
got all she had to do was touch a ball, and the ref was right there. So high pressure play. But to your point, Joe, we're one play like that away from a potential tie game.
A time game on a very lopsided
Mhm.
possession.
So it turns out to be a good tackle, and the player seems to be okay. So here comes Goffstown again, trying to keep it on the Manchester side of the field. Avery's going to poke that forward. Ari's going to get possession. She's got McKenna streaking
ball
down
on
the
McKenna.
sideline. Yeah,
We
and
need to
McKenna's
now
got
just
one
stop
player to
flooding
beat.
in.
Yep. Give her some options here. Good job defending. She's going to get the ball tackled and sent out of bounds. So
Elle's going to get a
yep,
clean line
Elle's
here, I
gonna
think.
Elle's going to take a nice shot. Oh,
Yes.
great burner on the turf. Goalie does good to get down and get one or two gloves on it, but that's going to result in a corner kick. So here we go, Joe. Now we should see a lot of white
Yes.
around that penalty
This is
area.
the most flooded we've seen the box. most
So
of the night
here's
here.
the kick. It's going to come out on one bounce.
A
The
short
defender's
kick.
going to be able to try to clear it. It's going to stay in the box. Oh, and there was that crazy ball you talk about.
There it is.
It went right to the goalie, but it could have gone anywhere.
A lot of flat feet. A lot of flat feet on it, though. I'd like to have seen some more movement of bodies to be able
Yeah,
to
and Brooks
crowd
gonna
that.
flick that forward to L. L's going to find Autumn. Autumn with a nice pass over to McKenna. We've got Ari overlapping, staying on sides. And she takes a spill to the ground. Didn't see what happened. No foul. And that ball... Let's see, that ball is going to be held as we have a substitution for the Grizzlies. Looks like Grace and Rose.
For Autumn and
For
McKenna.
Autumn and McKenna. And this ball is going to go past the back line and be a goal kick for Manchester. So we are at about 24 minutes left on the scoreboard for the Grizzlies. And I'm looking at the stats. It's still showing 9 shots for Goffstown. It seems like we've had a shot or two since then. Certainly we have. And 2 shots, or no, still 0 shots.
0,
Yeah, so I don't think I'll lean on those stats too hard. So good throw. I think that was by Avery. And Rose trying to send it forward, but kind of into that line. Again, Manchester seems to have a lot of good ideas. It's the execution isn't quite there on much of it. There's a quick, good ball. A little bit wider would have found Kat's feet, but we just got to keep doing that more and more. You know, it's our game. You know, let's play quick, make the smart pass, make the easy pass, and just keep the pressure up. Right on cue, Kat's going to dribble this in. Going to look for Ari's feet. Ari can't come away with it. Elle sacrifices her back to keep it forward. But for the moment, Manchester will not keep possession. So here comes Avery with 8 yards in front of her of nothing. Good look to find Elle. Elle dribbling in. And here's Manchester, again, just kind of kicking it forward, keeping, 8, 9 plus players behind the ball whenever they have an opportunity to do so. And Kat ran out of real estate there, I think. Yep. She made a turn and started to turn the burners on, but the whistle said not so fast. Good battle by Elle. Good win in the middle there. David D's going to try to swing it. No, we're going to keep it short. Again, we're trying to get right through the teeth of how they're set up right now.
Just going straight into their midfield and their
Yep.
defense.
They're bending, but they're not breaking. Oh, and there's a big touch by Bridget. Now she's going to be out of position, but luckily Elle is able to keep that down while we kind of reform our shape here. So, yeah, Manchester's bending, not breaking, and you have to wonder if they can do that all night. Their back line in particular has been under assault, it seems.
Well, they're 3/4 of the way through the game here, and it is a 1-0 game.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing pretty well on the Manchester side, holding this game really tight.
Very stout defense. Again, the bend, not break approach seems to be working very well for them. And here comes Elle. She's going to send that forward. It's going to go off the back. Are we on sides? Can we get that? And there's a shot. Oh, just like that.
Yeah. See, we only have Rose and we have Ari who made it up into the box. Kat still hadn't made it up into the box yet for Elle, for that.
Yep.
For that give that Elle gave to Ari, right? And we need to really flood that box.
Yeah, it's a fine line. Risk reward. How much you empty the kitchen sink, so to speak, but I think it would pay dividends more often than not tonight. There's a send forward. He did a good job keeping that forward, finding L.
Now flood. Now flood.
Yep.
Now
so
flood.
here comes Cat. She's going to take a shot, and that's not going to bend. That stayed pretty straight, so it's going to sail just wide of the far post. If that had curved to the inside at all, that could have caught that top corner. So the Manchester goalie is going to retrieve the ball, set it on the 6-yard box line, and we are just under 20 minutes left in the second half and in the game. Grizzlies maintaining a razor-thin 1-goal lead, score being 1-0. And here comes the ball. It's going to get into the box. Bridget's going to swing this wide, and good job. I think she was able to get it off of the.
So.
Yep. Oh, no.
No.
I thought she was able to get that off of the Manchester defender. So, she could have kicked it out off the sidelines, but I appreciate what she was trying to do there. But here's a set piece all of a sudden. Manchester is at the complete other end of the field that they have not seen since the last push. And that tackle by Brooke, which resulted in a delay and an injury. So here comes the serve in from the corner. Shannon's got an eye on it. Oh, my goodness. And good job. I think that was Avery who was able to
that corner.
Keep that in front of her and attempt to clear it. It's still at the top of the box. And here we go. We might have a breakaway here.
We need to start moving.
Yep, good touch there. If we can get around the defender.
One more touch.
And Rose trying to keep that ball moving forward. Not quite able to do so. But, yeah, I mean, the few corners that we've seen Manchester have, they've done pretty well with them in terms of trying to develop a quality chance. The ball's going to get sent forward. The goalie's way off the line, though, up near the top of the box, and no threat as a result. Send forward. It's going to bounce 2 times. Ava's going to try to bring that down and send it forward. That ball's going through, but Shannon's there. So some excitement for Manchester as that ball went through, but it was seen all the way by Shannon. She called the defenders off. Oh, L trying to turn that up. Manchester just pushing forward here, and they're going to get that ball through, but that's going to go past the back line. So if Goffstown did something similar and could get that ball past the line and then keep the line back, I think we'd be able to convert some of those chances. But their line has been able to stay fairly high. So here we are in the muddled middle again, Joe. I've been seeing a lot of bouncy balls in here. And that connected over to Rose. Rose, yep, shoulder to shoulder. Defender's going to say, I'm kicking this out. Too much pressure. So after all that, we're going to end up with a goal kick. It's going to be a short kick on the ground. Boy, last game we saw that backfire for the other team, didn't we, Joe?
We were
a couple of
eating
times.
those up.
Yep, a good step by Brooke to come up, and again, so this is a good example. Our center back's up high, fighting for the ball at midfield, and look, all of a sudden we're moving forward here, and we've got number on the far side. Rose is going to be able to get to that. Oh, good effort, but just ran out of space. So we are fully under the lights now. We have a beautiful sunset to our left in the west, going over the Uncanunic Mountains, which are in Goffstown, home of the Grizzlies. And the lights are shining down on the field, and Goffstown, with their new field and lights this year, will have several games at home under the lights for the first time. Ooh, that ball came up and bounced, hit an arm, but it was inadvertent. Adri's going to send that forward, and Ari's going to touch on it.
Now
Yeah, we got to send this forward.
Now get in.
Oh, and she's looking for Ari. Defense is going to keep it out, but Adri's going to keep it in. Now we've got them under duress.
That's
There's an inadvertent touch, and just like that, we have a corner kick.
That was a corner kick. Yep.
Just what you were describing, Joe.
That's it.
So it's going to be a short kick. Adri's going to have a touch.
She did get a great touch.
And a great attempt, a great
ball
shot.
stays in play though. And
it does.
kicked
It's
out
going to
by
go off Ari. I can't tell if the goalie got a hand on that or hit the post.
It did. She did get a hand on it. Yes.
But great strike. So there's a good example of a set piece that clearly has been rehearsed. Short kick, one touch, quick strike. And that could have been a second goal very easily. Good leg extension by Ari to keep that in. Cat's taken down, and the ref says that was not a legal play, so you get a free kick off.
Let your defense take it. Let
Yep.
your defense take it. Unless El can hit top post. Top.
Oh, and a great send, and Ari was able to scoop that out and get in the back of the net, but the ref says you were offsides. Again, disciplined, experienced back line.
Yes. Yeah.
Here comes Manchester down the near side. They're going to try to center that. Good step by Bridget to break it up. They're trying to find number 13. We're trying to scoop this off the ground here. And Manchester's coming away with it. Kind of a little bit of reversal right now. Kind of what we've been seeing Goffstown do. It's a long send forward. Bridget's going to flick that over, but not far enough, and this is going to result in a shot. Nope, the misfire is going to send that ball harmlessly out of bounds. Well, it gives an indication, Joe. I mean, there's some talent and speed for sure on this team.
Yeah, they just put together a good sequence there and able to get into the 18 and an attempted shot.
So Bridget's lining up here. Gonna send that forward.
Less than 12 minutes to play here. And again, we've been iterating. It's a 1-0 game, and Manchester knows it.
Oh, and there's a ball that's not cleared, and it's going to come bouncing back toward the net, go wide left. Yeah, you know, momentum is such a funny thing in games like this, and I feel like the momentum is a little more even right now. It's not doesn't seem to be in Goffstown's favor.
Goffstown's not dominating the possession as much as they were in the first half by any means.
The send forward by Shannon. We're going to try to control this through the midfield, but this ball is bouncing a lot right now. Both teams trying to settle and establish possession. Manchester's going to go sideline to sideline here. We're going to stick with them, but they're going to be able to get it down. Good job by Adri to be there. Just going to try to take this down. Oh, good outlet to Bridget. Could have been dangerous, but it worked out. And here comes Ari. Ari's got a lot of real estate if she goes up that side. And there's a good through ball. It's going to get, and it's going to hang there. So tempting. Can Ari get there in time? No. Boy, that was there for the taking for just a moment here. Here comes Grace trying to find her sister Rose. She's going to just kind of kick that into the penalty box where there is no player from either team except for the goalie. This ball's going to find Manchester first. Again, just kind of gets sent in the middle. Bridget waiting for it. Says, I've seen that before. And Manchester's going to come away with it. So Bridget says, yep, here we go. Let's keep this momentum going the right direction from the Grizzlies' perspective. And boy, Manchester will take that all day long, the 25, 30-yard off-balance strikes. I mean, shooting is good. Good things happen when you shoot on net, but it seems like we could develop some more high-quality shots.
Yeah, we need to. Should be pedaling back from doing that because this goalie's been.
There's another one.
Pretty solid, being able to track those and keep great possession of it.
And the goalie's able to punch that out and let it bounce in front of her without any threat. Good battle in the midfield. Bodies colliding. There's a whistle, and we have another player down at least momentarily. Hopefully not for long. Manchester player shook up a bit. We are just under 9 minutes on the game clock, scoreboard time. Looks like both teams have some subs ready to come in when the ref allows it. So the free kick is going to be very short. And they're going to try to, again, send it right down the middle here. Avery launches that up with her left foot. Cat trying to bring that down and win it. And Manchester has a little pep in their step at the moment. That ball went out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul on Avery beforehand. And boy, it's good to see that Manchester player come up quick because she was down on the ground for a moment. So we have a free kick about 10 yards on our 10 yards from midfield on our side. That's going to get sent right to the top of the box. Adri's going to head that down into the ground, and Manchester's going to take a shot from about 40 yards out.
Well, it's been a while, but we're subbing 2 players in.
I think this is the right move.
Yeah.
Obviously there's no timeouts in soccer, but the last few minutes it felt like it would have been a good time for a timeout if that were allowed.
Yes.
Just to regroup, get our shape back, get our purpose back. So
McKenna in for Cat and Autumn in for Grace.
Yeah. So here's a ball, and again we're suddenly kind of struggling here, Joe. It's like we're fading down the finish here a little bit, but here's a good outlet to McKenna. McKenna's going to take a touch. Look for Ari. Ari's able to turn it. Here comes Autumn, fresh legs. Avery calling for it. Avery, couple step overs. Elle's coming across the field. It's going to switch to direction. Yep. Goffstown looks like they need to get a bit wide here. And then there's a strike. It's going to go wide. So the word of the last few moments was wide.
Yeah.
Getting wide, and the ultimate shot that the Grizzlies generated from all of that went wide.
That probably 5 or 6 sequence pass was great. It needed to then continue into the 18. Just for like 1 or 2 more passes at that same type of speed and accuracy, and then you'd be taking shots inside the 18 instead of 5-10 yards out.
Yeah, and a little wider would lessen
right,
the stoutness of that defensive line we've seen all night. Open up some lanes. Of course, everything's easy when you're sitting up here in the box.
Yeah,
but.
That's why professionals, they're looking at film during
here
the
comes
game.
Here comes another run, and we're going to let that roll out. So, again, ball sent into the box from 10-plus yards out. So we had Brooke as a defender back there tracking it, and Shannon able to come over. But still, the last 5 minutes, I don't want to see a lot more balls going into our box like that with a lot of green streaking behind it. So Manchester able to take that down. Adri pokes it out of bounds. Now we're seeing Manchester higher with more numbers than we've seen most of the game. And can we take advantage of it? We've got to move this up quickly. We've got them out of their preferred shape of the night so far. Swing it wide. So good job by Manchester to keep possession.
They're putting together a much more solid
Yeah.
effort right now.
Brooke finds Rose. Rose tries to turn upfield. It's going to go out of bounds, so we're not able to generate a counter at all on that, unfortunately. It's like in football, that prevent defense. Never seems to work out. So here we go. McKenna,
Yeah, now turn
plenty
it
of
out
time,
wide.
taking her
Oh, there
space.
you go.
Good job.
Got
She
Autumn.
sees Autumn. Autumn's got lots of space, lots of turf in front of her. She's going to take up a fair amount of it. She's going to try to thread the needle to Ari, but again, it's not been successful for most of the night to kind of get through the teeth of that back line. So Goffstown,
There
good
you go.
job with a few connecting touches and passes there, and we're right back upfield. And now we're in a position, Joe, where Manchester's getting more pressure, and we're not coming back as much as we were.
We're not.
Probably because we haven't had to
We
most
haven't
of
had
the
to.
night.
Yeah, Manchester's putting together a much better, more solid game here than
And
they
that's
had
got to
been.
be a foul. No foul. There's a whistle, delayed whistle. I'm not sure what he was waiting
So on that quick little break here, I keep going back in my mind to our last sequence that we were up in there at the top of their 18. And if you remember, it was Ava that was up there helping making some of that play, kind of at the football 20-yard mark. She's our defending mid. That's where we need to be deep.
Mm-hmm.
It shows just the penetration of some of our defense
Yeah.
to be able to get up there and keep that pressure.
And on cue, here's Bridget, one of our center backs,
Right, so
carrying
we
it
gotta
forward.
push
Yep.
with more numbers in.
And here comes Ari to recover that. Good job. And again, McKenna wide. You know, I used to have a coach say you need paint on your cleats. Get paint on your cleats. Meaning you need to be
It's Grayson
wide.
for Autumn.
So we're under 3 minutes for sure, almost under 2 minutes. And we've got a corner kick. I missed that, Joe.
Corner kick. I don't know where that came from.
We will take it.
Okay. Keith was paying more attention than we were.
Yep. And here comes the serve. It's going to go toward the top of the 6-yard box. And that ball,
We need to get
it is
a
a bouncing
crazy ball
ball.
and
We
get
need
it
to
in.
get a foot on it. Oh, we're not
Send
able
it back
to.
in.
Yep. And there we go. It's going to go
Big move.
wide.
Yeah.
Great job by the Manchester goalie to lay flat and somehow get a hand or an arm or something on that. That was going in the near corner on the ground. And then, that bouncing ball, it was
Bouncing ball.
there. Yep. You know, and that's the way this game's gone. I think, you know, in some ways Goffstown deserved a second goal for some of their play today. But on the other hand, Manchester deserves this tight score. Foul is a call as Ari tries to get that ball in the box. And so the Manchester player,
He's holding
I
her
think, is a
wrist.
little shook up. Yeah, I think she's looking to come out, perhaps. There's no signal, and she is. She's kind of running toward the sideline. So the player coming off, she's holding her wrist. It looks like it is in causing her pain. Never like to see any player get injured under any circumstances.
based on I think that we were about at the 1 minute mark when
Yeah,
at that
so-
whistle. I didn't stop my.
So that injury will
clock
certainly
here.
add time, I'm sure, stoppage time. So here comes Manchester with a final effort to keep the game tied. Brooke does a good job keeping that in front of her and send that out of bounds. So we're going to be able to come back and get our shape here a little bit, even though that was a quick throw. And Shannon's going to be able to scoop that up.
Take your time and reset.
She's going to punt that to her right. And we're going to battle for it in the middle here. McKenna's able to touch it forward. Ari keeping it in front of her. That's going to go out of bounds off of Ari. So Manchester, sensing the urgency, is picked up the speed a little bit here in the throw-ins, and that throw is right at the end of the whistle, end of the game whistle. So the Goffstown Grizzlies have their second win in 3 games for another 4 points, and they have won by the slimmest of margins and the lowest of scores, 1-0. So great job by the Grizzlies for the W. I think it was a little bit more of a nail-biter than I was hoping for at the end, but again, give credit to this newly blended team of Manchester. They hung tough the whole way. So with that, we will see you next game after the Labor Day weekend, and we thank you for watching.